Hey everybody, welcome to episode 190 of Report This Post, the podcast about bad posts and bad people. My name is Geiger, and that is Christian.
Are you Jessica Rabbit? Because I can't help but be drawn to you.
And we're your hosts with the posts. Every week, Christian, myself, or a listener select a different topic and then find horrible posts for your listening pleasure. This week's topic, as chosen by a listener named Spencer, is Animators.
That's right. Not animation.
Yes, as Spencer pointed out.
Yes.
He specifically wanted to focus on the perverts that actually animate the animations.
That's right.
Well, we'll just read what Spencer had to say, why he chose this topic. The reason is simple. As someone who went to an art school with an animation program, I can say without hesitation that they are the most perverse, mentally ill people I have ever met. It's almost impressive. And there are some, quote, great internet animators out there, like the people of Newgrounds and their weird porn, the people of Tumblr and their weird porn, and, of course, everyone's favorite goon, Shmorky. I look forward to being repulsed by this.
That's right.
And we will talk about Shmorky and Newgrounds at some point.
We sure will.
But Spencer said that people who were in the animation program during school were absolute mentally ill perverts. Now, Christian,
Yes.
can you let the good folks at home know what you were studying over there during your collegiate years?
I do. Yeah, sure. I have a Bachelor's of Science in animation.
Oh, boy.
So-
Well, this is awkward. Well,
You know, when you're right, you're right. And Spencer, that was a bullseye, buddy. You nailed it. Yeah, a lot of the folks I went to school with were perverts and freaks. Just in general, art school kids in general are perverts and freaks, really.
what is it about animation specifically?
I would say it's a pretty even split, maybe a 60-40 of people who want to get into animation because they love like classic Disney or like
Sure.
Chuck Jones or Looney Tunes and stuff like that. And the other half of it is people who are obsessed with anime and want to jack off to a drawing that they made.
Yeah.
So you kind of have like this weird, it's like these uber virgin, untouchable kind of people that are like have not experienced the real world, and then just guys that have like been watching beheading videos since they were like 6 years old. So it's a real like mismatch of people when you go to a art school, especially for animation.
And I would say the art of animation itself, maybe not the art, just the skill. What to me is I'm a bit of an artsy guy myself, but animation always seemed like the most tedious fucking thing on the planet.
It is, and
you have to be a certain type of person to want to spend time drawing the same image a bunch, but slightly different.
Yeah, I realized pretty early into my animation career that it sucked. Ended up continuing in the field. Got my degree in it. Haven't used it. Maybe I've done some animation since then. But I haven't 3D modeled anything in 15 years, probably because it fucking sucks. It's boring. It sucks. It takes too much time. It's finicky.
Yeah,
I don't like it. It's very precise. I don't like being precise.
It definitely is the most. It requires a certain type of autistic focus to really.
Yeah, and mine bounces around too much for stuff that I can't. I can't keep focus on all that stuff. So, yeah, not for me.
Well, great, thanks, Spencer. I think it was a wise decision by him to choose animators specifically because. As you folks will hear, we actually found quite a few perverted freak animators online, including some of the ones he's already named, plus a few others, and focused on some posts from some famous ones as well.
Sure.
How did Spencer choose this topic, by the way?
Spencer went over to the store at reportthispost.storenvy.com and purchased the topic, I believe, in December last year.
Yeah. So you go to reportthispost.com. There's a purchase an episode topic button there. Right now it is on sale for 50% off. And I don't know when that sale will end. We've yet to discuss that, but eventually we'll turn that faucet off. You're going to want to hop on it now so you can get an episode booked for November at this point.
I think we are. Yep,
we're really booked out. We are really backed up here with topics. A lot of them are pretty good.
But it's great because one last thing that we have to think about.
That's true. That's the main reason why we did it. The money is almost irrelevant. It doesn't do anything. It's the not having to spend a couple minutes a week thinking about it.
What do we want to do next? Well, do you remember we used to do that then not remember what we were going to do and then scramble very shortly before we would record.
I looked up I found some show notes from like episode, 16 the other day. It was hilarious how little prepared or anything.
Oh, just nothing. Oh, just a link. We would click. You remember clicking links and then the thing would be gone?
Yeah, the post was deleted. It's like, oh, well, didn't really think that one through.
Oh, we got it. We got it worked out now, folks. Hey, you joined
the show's not better, but we have worked out on our end how to do it better. For you guys, it's bad.
The $200 a month Silver Jubilee level over on Patreon, and we'll send you a link to every week's show notes. I wonder if somebody would do that. Some freak would be like, I'd love to see the show notes for next week before the episode comes out.
Yeah, I'd rather someone just ask for like feet pictures. That's less debasing than that.
And we will be getting together this weekend to get our photos of our little piggies.
Yep.
Don't you worry.
Hey, speaking of little piggies, let's read some posts for the little piggies out there listening.
Great. I love that idea. An account named Billy's Abusive Father, all one word, went to the Animation Collaboration Board over at Newgrounds and made a post titled, Need Animator, Professional Not Required.
So Newgrounds, for those younger folks, that was one of the original, the early aughts, like late 90s, early aughts.
Sure.
Sort of one of the innovators as far as like Flash movies and animations and videos and things like that. Well before your YouTubes and your TikToks and whatnot. So still around somehow.
And people still making stuff over there. So
awesome.
Yeah, pretty good. So the account Billy's Abusive Father posted, basically it's just short little videos that take around 20 to 50 seconds each about a father of a kid named Billy. Billy is a homosexual. His father, of course, is a racist, homophobic, criticizing based on color and religion kind of person. What could possibly go wrong? I actually used to have an animator, and he did make an animation for one of my so-called works, but I didn't really like the way it was poorly made because of disrespect to it. He did like the idea and but I just thought I wasn't good enough to work with. No one commented on this post, but the OP came back about a month later and replied to his own thread. An animator was found, not through here though. Such a shame. Thanks anyways. And 2 days later, he added, abort that. Apparently he can't animate at all. He tried though. Position is open again. No one else has ever commented on this thread in 7 years.
Thanks, Bill, for letting us know the journey of your art. So had an idea. What you see a lot of this stuff online. We'll see some more later. Guy has an idea for an animation,
just the best idea possible. Yep.
But doesn't know anything else to do from there. But has to post. I don't know. Just wanting to recruit strangers to do your little art project online is very weird to me. What do you think's going to happen?
You think the people that go to Newgrounds are trustworthy is what you say. Yes.
It's an odd decision. And I would love to know what happened in those 2 days where the guy was like, he was like, it's a long shot. Maybe I'll actually know how to animate. Maybe I'll realize I know how to animate when the guy agrees. And then the guy's like, all right, you got the job. Now can you start animating? And the guy's like, oh, fuck. Wait, what?
You actually expect me to do that? Yeah.
I did a flip book in like 9th grade once when I was bored, but I don't know is that what you want? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. The animating thing.
No, it's not, and it's not fun. It's just not fun. People that are really super into it are usually like that. Do it as like a hobby are perverts. So yeah,
yeah, or just I mean, I like the idea of spending many hours doing nothing and just focusing on a animation project, I guess. But I like that idea just because it's something to do that takes up time. Like it's not because I love animation or anything. Just it could be anything.
it's just a time. Give me any time suck. That would be great
like
for me.
Animating or collecting lint, like whatever just kills time. I do not care. It doesn't matter. Well, you mentioned Newgrounds. Of course, this next post is about a gal who got her start over there, a woman named Emily Eusis. She created the Alfred Alfer series, which apparently was popular over there on Newgrounds and eventually on YouTube. Well, back in 2016, people were a big fan of her, but then suddenly she started tweeting certain things that folks didn't care for. Let's go through some of them. A story went around about a young African-American gentleman killing his white girlfriend after their prom. Emily posted the article and added, another tragic case of mud shark madness, ending in strangulation. Well, I think we can sort of figure out what some of our other things are about. For example, a little while after that, she did an Ask Me Anything over on Reddit, where a gentleman asked what she thought about women becoming more, quote, red-pilled. And she said,
cool.
It seems that when women take the red pill, they down the whole bottle, and they down it rapidly. Women just need permission to start thinking like this. They need someone to tell them it's okay. The only reason they've been able to deny their biology and natural nurturing urges for this long is because of endless brainwashing by the media. All they need is someone to tell them that being trad is cool. I'm already seeing the shift. I go out in the streets and see the empty look in the eyes of the common slag. You can see them pretending to be happy on the subway going to work, and you imagine them out of their slag wear, hair braided and a bun in the oven. Once we tell them it's natural and hip to accept their biology and their ultimate role as wife and mother in society, I think they're going to start flocking to the movement. As for my female friends, they have reacted with crying and hysterics and have cut me off completely. Hopefully they'll wake up before it's too late. After that, over there on Twitter again, she got some heat when she, not when she posted something, it was when she retweeted this post. Quote-unquote white supremacists. Liberals love to use this phrase to silence any white person opposed to mass immigration and multiculturalism. Wanting to live in a society of people similar to yourself in culture and beliefs is not racist or supremacist. It's human instinct and totally normal. Aside from the contents of the post, the reason I would say why she got so much heat was this post was made by a gentleman named David Duke.
a little known internet
Just
commentator.
A little rascal.
God, what a little, yeah, he is. He sure is.
Oh
boy. A couple things to note I'd like to bring up here. First off, Mud Shark Madness sounds like some sort of Monkey Island style click and find computer game.
Oh boy, monkey, huh? Tough word to use, though, I gotta say. I know what you're going for, but still tough.
I would love to play Mud Shark Madness on a.
I can picture the MS-DOS splash screen. Yeah. With like a tough, more of like a goofy looking shark.
Sure.
You know, like this would be early 90s, right before the extreme like street shark vibe.
Sure.
So it's kind of a more friendly looking shark, but there's like it's like
bright purple.
Yeah, very very purple. It's a little teal in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Print the shirts, folks.
Mud Shark money.
Madness.
Mud Shark Madness. I had never heard of this person before this episode, and the Alfred Alfer series. Never seen this in my life. It looks like some sort of Ren and Stimpy ripoff. But while you were reading that, I did find an article about Emily on Yahoo Sports. Emily Yukas, who is better known around Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia as Pistachio Girl, has been fired from her vendor job after a flood of publicity connecting her with the political movement known as the alt-right.
Yeah.
Yukas, 26, was employed by the vending company Aramark, which supplies food vendors for Phillies home games. She spoke publicly about her termination over the weekend, telling alt-right network Red Ice TV she was let go because of her white nationalist views did not reflect her now former employer's values.
Oh. Nothing more white nationalist than baseball. Like if you were to pick a white nationalist sport, it's going to be baseball.
Hey, home of the free, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, so this chick is doing, she's doing
quite a bit.
Newgrounds animations.
It's all over the place.
She's slinging pistachios at fucking Phillies games, and she's zig-highing in her time off. That's...
It's, you like a woman who's...
diversified, right?
And by the way, more like double diversified. She's stacked, if I can say so myself. Look her up, folks.
You can. That's fine. Yeah, look her up. She's looks cool.
She's got something going for her.
She looks nuts.
She does look. She looks pistachios is what she looks. Picture this, folks. The sun is shining, your shirt is off, your man tits are full, and your balls are smooth. But only thanks to our friends at Manscaped. This summer, you want to kill some cold beers and barbecues, not kill the vibe with pubes peeking out of your swim trunks. That's why Manscaped has their Performance Package 4.0 to keep the part in your pants looking crisp and refreshing all summer long. So dive headfirst into summer by joining the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guy summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with promo code REPORT.
The Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 has everything you need to prepare that summer bod. Inside the package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies. The Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch with travel lock, great for summer, and it gives you the ability to turn the 4,000 LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave.
Yeah, that's right. This trimmer is pretty great. I've been using it a lot to take care of my awful hair down there. I have a lot of curly hair on the top of my head, and folks, the carpet matches the drapes. The great thing about this trimmer is it's also waterproof. From the shower to the lake, from your chest scruff all the way down to your ball fro, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer around. Once your downstairs weeds are taken care of, look after the rest with Manscaped's liquid formulations, they're calling them. We use Crop Preserver ball deodorant to stay cool in the heat. With a soothing aloe vera formula, it's the best in the business for below-the-waist freshness.
Formulations, huh? That is
That's right.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And speaking of fancy, Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. And those boxers will bring your comfort to another level, and the travel bag is great for throwing everything into. And hey, you want to take your grooming game even further? Take a look at Manscaped Shears 2.0, a package that has everything you need to look pristine, including nail cutters, tweezers, and grooming scissors. With the Performance Package, your balls will be ready to impress, but make sure you cover the rest with the Shears 2.0, and you'll be ready to perform from head to toe this summer.
Get 20% off plus free shipping with promo code REPORT at manscaped.com. That's, again, 20% off plus free shipping with promo code REPORT at manscaped.com. This is the summer to turn your package into the full packaged with Manscaped.
Speaking of online folks, Aaron Hansen is an animator who posts online under the moniker Ego Raptor. You may have heard of him. He also co-hosts the streaming show Game Grumps, and I went to Reddit to see what folks think about him. This post is from the subreddit r Game Grumps. Aaron's weird racism in today's episode? I was caught off guard by how little patience Aaron had for any culture or language that wasn't his own. What was that weird rant he had about a cowlick being called an ahuj in Japan? Where was he coming from to say it's a cowlick so emphatically? Like he's the only way anyone in the world should think of that type of hair. What? I mean, hell, cowlick is the dumber of the two terms because the odds of you being licked by a cow are pretty low compared to your hair just being stupidly out of place. It just surprised me because usually people who pretend to be woke for internet points in the way Aaron does try to pander to the whole, my experiences aren't universal. Just because something is different from what I know doesn't make it any less valid mentality. But he threw that out the window for something so insignificant. It's also weird that he said Ahu and Ahego are spelled with the same letters when he should know that written in katakana they entirely aren't. They are also only remotely similar when Romanized. Thank you. Again, bizarrely close-minded for zero gain. And user NoCover2837 replied, I don't even like Game Grumps, but are you honestly crying because of this?
It is a weird thing. I don't understand the beef. Also, I don't know why this guy's this no cover guy is just on the Game Grumps subreddit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like he's a Reddit user, so of course he's going to be looking at the stuff he doesn't like.
So. You're right. Yeah. So the racism is that he didn't like how in Japan they called a cowlick a different word. Is that
correct? He said, yeah, and that it should just be called a cowlick. Okay. Yeah, that's the racism.
Yeah, in terms of racism that exists, that's one of the better ones, right? If that's how this guy's racism probably exists.
Yeah, that's a light racism. Yeah, we're going light with the racism on that one. Yeah,
I'm gonna guess our OP calls a lot of things racist. It's not just this nonsense.
Oh, for sure.
Like we've talked about it many times, but some of these internet guys that are famous, and it's like impossible for me to even imagine. Like this one, it's Googled Egoraptor, and Google like lists he has a Wikipedia, and it like lists his height and his spouse and everything. It's like I haven't even heard of the guy. Like if someone's famous enough to have their height listed on Google, then like I should know who this guy is, but I'm just so out of the loop with all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Game Grumps thing I do remember from the early 2010s, I want to say. And that was famously it was JonTron and this guy before JonTron said a bunch of racist stuff and then got kicked off the show. So stay tuned for next week when JonTron takes over hosting duties for both of us on Report This Post.
I have heard of JonTron, but I don't know what that is.
He's a YouTube guy, and he's gotten in trouble for saying a lot of. He's one of these guys that'll post a video and it'll be like really inflammatory, and then like he'll go on somebody else's like stream or whatever and be like, "Boy, that was really stupid for me to say." Like he does that, I don't know, once a month probably. So
that's smart.
Yeah, he rocks.
It's a good idea to book your apology tour ahead of time. I like that idea. All right, so next week I'm going to say Mud Shark, and then for the next 3 weeks I'm going to go on various streams to apologize for saying that, all the while plugging my new book.
Yeah, my new book. Yeah, how to get YouTube without even trying.
Hey, there's been a fun meme going around the internet for a while regarding legendary Japanese animator. Oh boy, how do you say this guy's name? Miyazaki, right?
Miyazaki, yep.
Yeah, what's that first name? Or
Hayao
Miyazaki, let's just say. Now, I've heard of this guy. So he's behind all those free little Studio Ghibli movies, which, whatever. The meme has a picture of him, and it has the quote, "Anime was a mistake." Yeah. Which is a fun thing to share. But it's not exactly what he said. Here's what he actually said in an interview. You see, whether you can draw like this or not, being able to think up this kind of design, it depends on whether or not you can say to yourself, oh yeah, girls like this exist in real life. If you don't spend time watching real people, you can't do this because you've never seen it. Some people spend their lives interested only in themselves. Almost all Japanese animation is produced with hardly any basis taken from observing real people, you know. It's produced by humans who can't stand looking at other humans. And that's why the industry is full of otaku.
Ah, sure.
Well, a gentleman from 4chan had more to say about this whole thing. I finally understand what Miyazaki meant. The nips who write many of these modern works never go outside or interact with anyone beyond themselves, so they're always stuck in their own otaku bubble. They base their stories, concepts, and characters off of something they've seen in an anime, manga, or video games instead of their own personal experiences. So when they try and write something emotional or compelling, they can only call back on stereotypes and characters of how people would act in these situations because that's their only understanding of people beyond themselves. And however, another anonymous gentleman over there had this to say about Miyazaki. What a fucking weeaboo fag retard.
What's he saying about Miyazaki?
Yes.
Or about the poster? Okay.
He's saying it about Miyazaki, specifically, that he is a, quote, weeaboo fag retard. Miyazaki is a weeaboo.
To call like the great-grandfather of...
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
The overall point, I get it. It's like there's people making anime who are like sort of just making copies of copies of copies.
Sure.
There's no like human element to any of it. These people don't talk to people. They're on 4chan all day consuming anime and shit. And then they make an anime and it's just an anime of an anime.
Hey, pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to say though, it's for writing a pretty well thought out piece, and then just throwing the slur in there. Just like, but then he realized like, oh yeah, it is 4chan though. So like, yeah, of course.
That's how it works over there.
Of course, there's just gonna be a slur thrown in there. Why not? It's a good one too.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Miyazaki,
Yeah,
I believe there's a new T-shirt in our store.
yeah, there is, folks. There's a My Neighbor Totoro inspired shirt. I got a wild hair up my ass a month and a half ago and decided to do that and just threw it up on the store. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. I'm sure one of you freaks will buy it because why not?
Yeah. Go to reportthispost.com, click on the store link. It's a cute little design. It's, if you know that infamous thing from a movie I've never seen and never will see.
It's fun. You should watch it. Your kids
You
would
know
like
what?
it.
I've watched 2 of those movies and I was not impressed. Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, not your type, not your flick, not your kind of flick.
Just not like I can animation wise, pretty impressive stuff, but it's that goofy Japanese shit, and I just don't want to have anything to do with it.
The story could use some work. Yeah,
It's just like some fish turning into a girl or some shit like that.
that's not even either of those, but that's
Whatever.
fine.
Anyway.
Great.
All right, I've never heard of the guy, all right? You caught me.
I've only seen every single Miyazaki film. And that's why I keep getting them mixed up. It's fine.
All right, I'm talking about Godzilla. I watched Godzilla, all right?
Godzilla rocks. Hey, folks,
The one
by
with Bryan
God's...
Cranston, even. Not even.
You only know a guy who only knows of Godzilla because of the Godzilla 99 or whatever it is, 96. And then like finds out that he's like, what the hell? This thing's Japanese.
They stole our Godzilla movie.
Guy watching, get a real strong Godzilla, Bryan Cranston Godzilla vibe off of this.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, speaking of 4chan, like we did in our last post there, a thread titled YouTube Animators got started over there with the hope of finding cool animations on YouTube.
Okay.
And Anon posted, does anyone have any good links to After Effects or other Adobe animation software for putting one phone screen's content onto another? My dad convinced me to take a commission while I was asleep, and now he won't let me back out. And as you can tell from my sleeping abilities, my mental health is in no location to be dealing with something so stressful. None of the tutorials on the internet I can find handle the problem of what to do when part of the screen is blocked by a hand. I can rotoscope the hand out to cover it back up, but I can't figure out how to keep the motion tracker stable. Also, if you want, I can continue to give you updates on my mental health breakdown, mostly caused by poor dietary decisions, but I mean, being tricked into doing something I have no experience doing certainly isn't helping. Also, I'm working on doing something to prevent my dad from ever talking me into a commission again. I'm relatively conversant when in my sleep, but I sure as hell can't read or write. Would like advice or links to good advice about handling phone screens that are being touched and obscured by a hand, as all I can find are tutorials involving unobscured screens. No one responded to or even acknowledged this comment and just continued to share a bunch of links to fan-made anime over on YouTube.
Yeah. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell exactly what the hell he's talking about here with all this stuff.
I think, long story short, is that this guy, living at his parents' house, his dad's like, hey, great, I got you this job. My buddy needs this video done of this phone screen switched out with another phone screen. Isn't that great? You can use your computer and do it. And the guy is now like, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't know how to do like freaking out over doing 4 minutes worth of work. So
yeah, it seems
tough.
Easy enough to do. I feel like I could do this myself. I've done similar things before in like Photoshop, but seems unrelated to mention your poor dietary decisions and all that stuff.
Well, you're kind of killing two birds with one stone posting over there, right? You're posting about something exceptionally tangentially related to the topic at hand, and also throwing in there that you are deeply mentally ill.
Yeah.
So got to make sure you're covering all your bases over there on 4chan.
I would guess people could figure out the mentally ill, bad food stuff based on context clues. You don't have to bring it up. Show don't tell. That's what they say in story writing. It applies to 4chan animation talk as well. Yeah. All right, we're going to stop right here because we're going to finish the rest of this episode over on patreon.com/reportthispost. That's right. If you enjoyed this first 20-ish to 30-ish minutes of the episode, you'll be happy to know that there's about an hour extra of this one over there on patreon.com/reportthispost. Head over there, and all you got to do is subscribe for $5 a month. You'll get every single full episode with dozens of more posts a month, plus an additional bonus episode every single week. Unbelievable. This is literally millions of posts that we read on the air every single month. Possibly billions. I have not counted. In fact, I can't count. I'm actually illiterate as well. But irregardless, patreon.com/reportthispost, and we'll see you over there, and God bless.